Hello and welcome to another episode. I know I sound decent today, but I'm not. It's my day one of periods. But I think last night I realized that I was going through my luteal phase. What usually happens during that time is I get so high on energy and I take some decisions. I just feel that I can do these XX creative things or productive things and everything's doable. When I say everything, those things are going to come in like 2 or 3 weeks from now, and by the time I would have had my periods, and then I would be in a state to think straight. But yeah, so that has been a case in my life. The luteal phase, though it makes me feel so good about myself, it just takes on my. It just makes me take some impulsive decisions most of the time. One such decision was when I thought that I can do a successful food business when we'd come to Hyderabad this year. I thought that I can do a dabeli business which will take lesser efforts and give higher returns because in north you get dabeli is like a street side burger sort of a food. In north you get this street food for like 20, 30, 50 at the max based on the quality of the version. But here, because we are in a state where not many people have these, I knew that if I am to start something with this food item, I can definitely charge like 100, you know. And so I just like this one time, just when this year began, I was so confident that I can do it that I had ordered I don't know how many packets, like 150 or some packets, and then I experimented and it went decent. And I think I was only able to make like 2 to 3 packets in a span of one night the next morning. And then I was like, no, I'm just going to I told my husband, create a form for me, like a poster for me. I'm going to publish this in our society's groups and whatnot, and we will start receiving orders. Nothing happened. Like literally nothing happened. And all of those packets, we like consumed them. We stored them in the fridge. We consumed them over multiple weekends as pav bhaji, and then gave off some to our house help. And so yeah, so I've done such things. Now, why today I'm talking about this is, and I think this is something that again came to my mind last night when something had happened, and I was like, okay, now it's time that I should talk about this in my upcoming episode. Um, about the things that happened over last weekend and the week before that, there were a couple of things that I've written in my notes because I really wanted to talk about those things. One such thing was when my husband mentioned that there's this product called bundi. It's used in raitas. So I'm going to be talking something related to that in Hindi. So my husband said that बूंदी पे तेल चढ़ गया है तो ये बूंदी खराब हो गई है. I think we should give it to our house help. Like just ask them if they can use it, or we should throw it. And so this bundi, I don't know what you call it in English, but I think you shouldn't have a name for that in English because it's a very much Indian food, and so you should use its Hindi name for it. So uh, these bundi, they were brought by I think my dad, if I'm not wrong, from a very famous uh, snack shop from our hometown. Let's call it Mangal. So पापा मंगल की बूंदी का पैकेट लेकर आए थे अपार्ट फ्रॉम लाइक दी अदर स्नैक्स जब यहाँ आए थे हम लोग. And it is a tradition in my family, like at least in summers we'll put bundi in everything. And so because Hyderabad is a comparatively warmer place, we put bundi in like kari pani puri ka pani, or raita, you know. And like I enjoy having bundi in my food. Okay, like you can also use it as a topping in your bhel puri and chaats also. Okay, so like when my dad buys these things, he rarely buys these things. It's my mom who's taking care of all my chatora panti and everything. But like when he does, he buys the bigger packet because he's like खाएंगे ना बच्चे. तो लो यार, मजे से लो, ऐसा, ठीक है। खुद भी खाते हैं वो मजे से काफी सारी चीजें हमारे साथ फिर, ठीक है। तो आई फील कि व्हेन ही बॉट दिस, ही बॉट इट विद द इंटेंशन कि अब तो ये दो बच्चे हैं, चलो आवर डॉटर इज यंगर, तो मतलब लेके चलते हैं ऐसा। बट यू नो वो पता है 1/3 भी यूज नहीं हुआ। एंड सो व्हेन माय हस्बैंड टोल्ड मी कि यार ये बूंदी ना खराब हो गई है, तो एक बार दीदी से पूछ लेना, नहीं तो फिर अपन इसको फेंक देंगे। And I just felt that this is something that I, at least like I know that my dad knows about me, so I know it was brought for me, और वो खराब हो गई यार। मतलब दिस इज व्हाट हैपेंस विद फीमेल्स, अब तो मतलब शायद 1.5 महीने हो गए इस बात को। मुझे 1.5 महीने पहले एक दिन बेसन का हलवा खाने का इतना मन था, बट मैं नहीं खा पाई ऑब्वियसली, क्योंकि वो मुझे बनाना पड़ता है। तो नाउ माई इन लॉज आर डायबिटिक, एंड बिफोर मी कमिंग इन टू their life, my husband had come to the point where he would also not, so he doesn't like sweet that much. uh, with me in his life, he has now started eating chocolates quite often, but otherwise he doesn't like that. He doesn't enjoy cakes and all, but yeah, if I bake he does. um, um, so, I mean, I think even for his teas and everything, he was not taking sugar. He was taking sugar free because his parents take that, and he's done enough research on that and realized that that's still a better thing for him to consume. So, like, very minimum sweet intake that he has in a day or in a week would also be of sugar. I mean, sugar free. Okay, so आई मीन मैं अभी फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल मेरे लिए हलवा कौन बनाया, क्योंकि वो मुझे ना ऐसे, अब मुझे ऑल्दो अभी जस्ट टुडे मुझे ऐसा लग रहा है कि शायद ये मुझे लास्ट मेरे पीरियड्स के टाइम पे ही मुझे क्रेविंग हुई होगी। एंड अगर मुझे नहीं बनाना, मुझे खुद को खाने के लिए मुझे नहीं बनाना यार, मुझे भी चाहिए कोई मुझे खिलाए, इट्स दैट। एंड सो आई डिडंट मेक इट फॉर माई सेल्फ, and like it's been 1.5 months, so there are many such things which I feel as girls, I mean, it's sometimes. So there have been situations where I think I have felt shit that okay, I'm supposed to be like first thinking of the food on my husband's plate, because his mom and his dad, if his husband just like if he just goes, wow, the sabzi is tasty, they'll be like ye bhi le le, ye bhi le le, ye bhi le le. And I'm like, I don't want to do ye bhi le le, tasty hai, mujhe bhi khani hai. But then maybe sometimes under pressure or whatever, I might have also done that, ठीक है. And when I like with the passage of time, when this happened quite a lot, I told like this to my husband, this is very odd, and he's like, you don't have to do it, sorry, I didn't realize if you were doing this out of like pressure, you don't have to do this, you also have to eat, sorry, I have not been thinking like that in my family, and so that never occurred to me. But and then ever since he's been very cautious for me, so he takes care of that, and now things are good in that front, okay. But again, होता है ना ऐसा, when you stay alone, you if you want to eat fruit, you eat banana, you don't eat pomegranate, so that's your butter. But then if you live with your family, and if there are people in your house, take care and look around for things, and you want to have fruits, you'll have like a fruit bowl, because you want to be that healthy, and you want to see that many colors on your fruit bowl. But see, so that's the difference. So similar thing, कि मेरा तो कोई ध्यान रखने वाला नहीं है, मतलब, और जो रख भी सकते हैं, तो थोड़ी मैं जाके अब ये करूँगी कि मम्मी जी आज मेरे लिए आप बेसन का हलवा बनाओ। आई कम ऑन, वी आर नॉट दोज पीपल। मैं ये शायद मेरी फ्रेंड्स को भी नहीं बोलूँगी, प्रोवाइडेड हम लोगों का कैसा रिलेशनशिप है। मेरी फ्रेंड्स मुझे बोल सकती है, मैं उनके लिए करूँगी। मैंने भी उन्हें बोली हैं ऐसी चीज़ें कि यार कैन यू डू दैट फॉर मी, एंड दे हैव डन दिस फॉर मी, बट देन अगेन लाइक this is the difference, you see. And so this just got me thinking ki, what have I become, and like why does this come in me or any lady or any female so organically? This is weird. Although I do look forward to like my daughter growing up, because I used to take care of such things for my mom. I think my daughter is gonna do the same for me. Like I'm not saying that मेरा बच्चा बड़ा होके मेरे लिए मजदूरी करेगा, but I'm just saying कि I know कि वो मेरे लिए ध्यान रखेगी. I don't know Mother's Day आ गया या आने वाला है, बट अभी तो मेरी डॉटर को कुछ समझ आएगा नहीं, बट आई नो बाय हर सेल्फ, आई नो आई नॉट बी एक्सपेक्टिंग, बट आई नो शी विल डू समथिंग फॉर मी. And that something can be anything, like just her waking up before me and just kissing me good morning. So yeah, I mean, I just had this thought over the weekend. I just made a note of it because I wanted to talk about it. And so yeah, the dabeli business that I was talking about, and I think there was a save packet that we had opened up during that time. And yesterday, my mother-in-law asked me, "Do you remember when did you open this packet? Because it still is yet to expire." But so I told her that I think I opened it up in January. And I was like, "Okay, okay." So then we'll ask the maids if they want to have it. Otherwise, we'll throw it. Although it still has some expiry left. So fine, because we have not been consuming it basically. And again, तेल चढ़ गया होगा. So yeah, very. I mean, look how females turn out. I don't know why we do this. I don't know if I should be sad about it, or I should think that we are at least well behaved. I don't know what's the thing here, but yeah, I wish I can get some nice besan ka halwa. Ooh, I think that's what I'm really craving for today, and I think now I know why I was craving that last time. So because my office is so like cool, like so chilled. I'm wearing like a hoodie, and it's my day one, and I don't want to consume coffee, because I've already been consuming coffee for at least 4 days this week, and I don't want to do that anymore because I'm not sleeping well and now my body's also aching. But I do want to consume some warm beverage. But I can't have like hot chocolate because it becomes too sweet. And I feel that I think this uh craving of having a warm besan ka halwa came in from here. Also, right? Besan ka halwa can heal anything. Like roasted besan can do this. It has that magical property. I feel. Anyway, so yeah, that's that. I also wanted to tell you guys about how things are panning at my work, but maybe I think maybe I'll keep it to myself for a couple of days and then tell you. Um, Another thing that I wanted to include here, again, one of those things that I uh, uh, noted from the conversations that had happened back at home in the last week. So, there was a situation last week where even though my mom, like my mother-in-law, has difficulties doing homely chores, and I was doing a work from home, but then she prepared some dinner item for my husband before even all of us woke up. I don't know where it was kept. Later, when I had my lunch and I went to put down my plate in the sink, is when I saw some utensils, which made me realize, oh, why are these out? Oh, probably mother in law might have made this item for my husband. But then I felt really bad because I was also at home. I mean, I get it. There's one thing that you can't do it for everybody because even I can't do things for, like, I can't do cooking daily for all of us. And so that's why we have a cook. But if it's just the three of us, my husband, my daughter, and I, then I think I can cook at least for the dinner time because again for the dinner, for 5 days of the week, it's only going to be my daughter and I. Okay, so I'll probably not be having the cook in the evening. So I understand that you can't cook it for everybody, and so it's okay if you're doing it for your son out of love and whatnot. And of course, I mean, I've not like I've left the thought of um, her doing this for me. Although, okay, anyway, I'll mention it again. But yeah, this okay. But she could have saved here one or two bites, yeah, or at least a very little portion for my daughter. But it's okay. I think there might be some ingredients that like I don't want my daughter to consume right now, and maybe that's why she didn't save it for my daughter. I think yeah, I had that thought that day as well. But I just felt this as a bit odd and a bit sneaky that she didn't save it for me. Uh, anyway, so I have so I just like asked my husband that because my husband asked for a different dish for his dinner that day. So I asked my husband that I don't think you have that dish in your dinner box. Just check it. And he's like, no, I'm pretty sure that I said that and I might have that. So I told him that no, you might not have this, you might have this, like the other thing. But it's okay. And then later when he was actually having his dinner, he did see and he actually texted me that, oh, you were right, I have this. And I was like, But I was in like my summit. So I didn't have a longer discussion with him or anything. And then I came out in the break to prepare dinner for my daughter because, of course, my mother in law can't do it. And then I see that she is covering for, what she prepared for lunch for my husband's dinner during the lunchtime. And it's when I realized that, okay, my husband has had his talk. That's how he is. He wouldn't shy away. He would just have such talks. So I realized that, okay, he has had his talk, and that's why this is coming. This is coming to me. But now I just felt that when he's done his part, I should also do something. Okay. So I'm just listening to her repeat about these things. I'm listening to my father-in-law chiming in from the living room, and my daughter's just roaming around in the house asking for uttapa, uttapa. She started saying these words these days, and so like when in the evening when I'm in the kitchen, she's like she doesn't know what I'm cooking. So most of the days I tell her, but sometimes if she's just walking to me, she'll just say uttapa, patha. Gosh, the cutest thing. Anyway, so it was a funny scene to be honest, but I just kept my ground. I just kept listening to her budget. But then at some point I said, yeah, of course you would do it for your son, right? Because like that's your son. I mean your kid. Excuse me. Your flesh and blood and all of that. And I think she realized what I'm trying to say. And so she's like, no, no, I would do things for my husband also. I've taken his side and this and that. I'm like, yeah, right, right, your family. And then she realized something's odd, so this is what she says. See, I have prepared things for them. I don't like eating, but I've prepared things for them. And I'm like, yeah, but that's what, right? If it was our mom, like only our mom would prepare things for us, right? Otherwise we'll have to do. So she's like, we otherwise we'll have to like prepare things for others, but yeah, for us obviously no one will do, and probably our moms will do it. And she's like, no, for me there was nobody. We are the Lakshmi of the house, right? We are the providers. Like she could have said everything, but she didn't have to say that line because it hurt me so bad. So I am the Lakshmi of the house. I'm supposed to bring in Lakshmi. I'm also supposed to bring in food and whatnot and prepare it and then get nothing in return. As somebody, again, I am not a very religious person, but as somebody who has read some books which include these shlokas and mantras of, okay, shloks and mantra of goddess Lakshmi. There's this one section which does say that, which does brief about, the kind of environments where Lakshmi stays. And if it isn't this a little different, then she only comes there sometimes. Like it literally says कि वहाँ मैं कभी कभार ही नजर डालती हूँ ऐसा. So like clearly, if you exploit a woman this much, Lakshmi doesn't come to that place. According to like again these shloks and mantra, which I'm guessing are coming from some of our religious books. So yeah, that's also something I want to mention. But the upside of this, or like the good side, the plus side is today. So our house helps isn't coming, and I knew that I'll need to do a lot of work, and then I wasn't feeling up to myself last night. So I told my husband that I don't want to have my food prepared tomorrow because otherwise there are going to be a lot of utensils. So I want to save on that because I'll have to clean the utensils. So I don't want anything. But then I think he forgot to text that to my in-laws. So today morning again when the cook came, there was a commotion outside. What do you guys want in food and all of that? So my husband went out and mentioned that I don't want to take any food. And so but then it seems there was a surprise by my mother-in-law. She actually prepared some of her famous idli dhoklas, the same thing that she prepared for my husband last week, which she didn't like in secrecy. But then looks like that feedback was taken well. Like this morning, she prepared that before my house help came in, and she prepared that just for me because she was going to prepare it warm when my husband's going to leave the house. So, well, that's a good thing. I'm glad to see that she's taken some feedback and she's doing this at least. And, well, great. So yeah, I mean, again, I know a lot about my mother-in-law, but here's the thing. I think that relationship is such where there's a lot which is expected out of me, and there's a lot that is spoken but is not given to me. So compared to a lot of other females or people who don't even realize what they're supposed to do, she at least knows, or in her head it crosses her mind that this is how they're supposed to be, this is how they're supposed to think around and look around for their family, because they have had a difficult time raising their own kid all alone. So she at least thinks of those things. It's just that when it comes to the action, she misses it big time. And that's why I know I complain a lot about her. But I'm not in a very pathetic stage. I mean, let's face it, the reason why I'm here recording this podcast and like all of these episodes and doing a lot of other things away from my daughter, clearly for like some 6.5 hours, is because they are at home taking care of her. And I know that I can trust that completely. Like, I know they are not going to abuse her or mistreat her or teach her things that are not right. I mean, I know that they're not going to teach her anything which they will like not teach her in front of us. So they're just going to do what their generation has done and like nothing different. And so yeah, like they are good and decent people. They're at least here. They have left their own hometown to move to a different city where their daughter-in-law had her job before their son securing a job in the same city. So they've done that. It's just that they're living with us and they're here to help us, and then they didn't realize how it's not helping me. It's just that. And then sometimes there's like this misalignment of treatment between how they treat my husband and how they treat me, which bugs me because I feel if I am expected to be an adult, so should he. Anyway, that's that. Thank you so much for listening, and you guys have a great day and weekend.